Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining me for my first official podcast episode, season one. I'm so glad that you all tuned in. So, I guess, you usually, when you see podcasters or listen to them, it's always the first question is, well, what made them decide to start a podcast? There's so many niches that are out there right now, whether it be sports, food, fashion, kids, crafts, the list goes on. For me, well, for me, I love to talk. I mean, simple as that. I love to talk and I'm good at it. I might have been told that a few times too. Um, but for me, this podcast means so much more than that. I know that I'm all about connections and speaking to somebody face to face is important to me. Nowadays, obviously, we don't always have that type of luxury. People are just busy working, have a family, have other priorities. So for me, though, the next best thing would be FaceTime or at least talking on the telephone, even if I can't physically see you. But the real reason for me to really want to follow through with this is that I've always wanted to do one. And I think that doing this type of podcast, I'm looking for people to engage, not just with me, but also engage with each other. Every single week, I'm going to be having different topics. It's not just going to be always serious. I might have something funny, something serious, something somber. You just never know. And you won't know. So ironically enough, you're going to have to just tune in, you know? Um, and what can I say? We're always serving up something fresh on the menu. So I do hope that you all will tune in and continue this journey with me. It's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of surprises coming down the pipeline. And I really hope that we can actually just take this whole journey together. Another thing is that while having a podcast and, you know, reaching out to so many people, and now on digital media, social media platforms, you can reach just about anybody. For me, it's also about finding other ways to engage with people. And right now, there's just so much that's happening, you know, in the world today that this podcast is really going to be just kind of a way to reset, refresh, whatever time, day it might be in various parts of not even just the country, the world. I do hope that you'll tune in. I promise you, you won't be bored. I will always have something to talk about, and I would love to engage. So please, please, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and definitely follow me. It won't be boring. I absolutely promise you. I do hope that whatever this journey takes us, I hope that you can always be reassured that it is a safe space and a fun space and a comfortable space and a space that you just need to be you. That's all. You just need to be you. And I think for me, the concept of the drive through related a lot to the simple fact of everybody knows, I have a son, uh, and it really just resonated with me, especially because he plays basketball, but especially during all the AAU days, of us constantly traveling, having games that were just so sporadic. You didn't even know when they were going to actually start. I mean, you really didn't even know when they were going to end either. But the one thing that was always in rotation is him saying, Mom, I'm hungry. Can we get something to eat? Is it time to eat yet? I mean, it was just continuous. And obviously, the quick thing to do is go through a drive-through, especially when it's crunch time and you don't know when the games may be, or if you do, and you don't have enough time and you're trying to kind of figure out what the best way to prioritize your time is to go to a drive-through. Now, I know everybody's always like, well, it's fast food, it's not necessarily healthy. I mean, that may be true. However, a drive-through to me always doesn't necessarily mean bad eating. It also resonates with me about, guess what? When you go to a drive-through, 9 out of 10 times, if you are asking somebody they want to get something to eat and you're on the road and it was just to pull up to a drive-through, you have your choice on which drive-through to go to. And the thing is, every time that you go to that drive-through, you can pretty much expect to see at least one new thing on that menu, whether it be for a short amount of time, whether it be for a lengthy period of time, if it's holiday related, but you know that something new is going to exist. And that is kind of the way that I want my podcast to resonate, that our conversations, the topics, they're always going to be fresh. They're always going to be new. You're never going to know what is going to be talked about or what's coming up. And I think that's the beauty of it, being spontaneous, because I think it also channels a more authentic conversation and not so staged and not so scripted. And I just want people to feel that way too. The way that you feel when you pull up to go order your food. Yes, you know the types of things that you want. If you wanted that milkshake or that cheeseburger, or, this place has the best fries compared to this place. But I want you to always feel like, oh, I'm coming to this drive-through because I generally like it, whether it be the people, the food, the hospitality, the customer service, or all of it, right? But also, I want you to also know that, guess what? Hey, I heard that maybe there's something new that's going to be coming out this week. Kind of like, oh, when you see a lot of these other restaurants, chains that are promoting, new things to the menu to keep things in rotation throughout the holidays or specific times of the year. That's kind of the same way that I would like to channel my podcasts. And I think, though, for me, I think it's also a way for me to just stay connected to people that I normally don't see, old friends, new friends, family from all around, East Coast, West Coast, and along the way to also meet new people, new connections, new faces. So I say all this because I do hope that you all will stick with me on this journey, take a chance, and always, always tune in because you just might like what I have to say. And lastly, what I'll also say is I don't want to be like everybody else's podcast host. I don't. And I don't think anybody should. So, where I would say that there's the niche for certain topics to be spoken of on a regular basis, I don't want to be that way. My podcast is going to be real conversations, authentic connections, and just a way to feel calm, cozy, and comfortable. That's so important for me. And I want everybody to feel that they can just be themselves. I do love for people to, chime in and, share a story or two. Don't be afraid. I don't bite. I don't think so. But anyway, I do hope that you will stay tuned, watch every week, and just know that everything that I'm putting out is made with love and patience. And I just can't wait for you all to be a part of this. I say all this to you to stay informed, tune in, and don't forget to pull up. So until next time, make sure you stay on the lookout for the Drive Thru podcast with your girl, Monica Leigh, on social platforms, TikTok and Instagram every Thursday at noon. I can't wait to see you.